Afternoon and welcome to another episode of Off the Couch. Shelley here, and today we are going to be focusing on working with children and building emotional language. Now, the reason that I'm going to do this is because children learn and get their emotional vocabulary and their language from their parents, and sometimes if mum and dad, carers, grandparents don't express their emotions in the healthiest of ways, then children don't always learn that language. And then what can happen is they can then start to express more socially acceptable emotions like anger, when really they're feeling guilty, hurt, or embarrassed. So what we want to do is we want to give children the label, we want to give them the language so they can help identify emotions themselves. This is probably going to be more than one video because I think it'll be too much in one go. And this is going to be aimed at whether you're a parent. It's going to be aimed at teachers, teaching assistants, anyone working in schools. It's going to be aimed at therapists and any trainee therapists as well. And the reason that I want to do this is because I think it helps, and it's a really simple way to help build that language, and it can really make a difference for people as well and help improve children's emotional well-being. I'm also a parent, so there's no judgment here from me. I totally get it. Parenting is hard, and sometimes, we make mistakes, and that we're not discussing that here. We all make mistakes. That's what happens. So we're going to focus on what we can do that are going to help build our children's emotional vocabulary. So what I'd need you to do is, ideally, it's going to be time where it can just be you and the child. So if you're working in a school, in the same place, ideally, the same time, you want to build that consistency. At home, I would recommend when it's calm. I mean, I guess it's the same in school as well. A nice calm time, whether it's at the beginning of the day, at the end of the day. And for children at home, I would recommend before bed when we're winding down, would be a good time for you to spend that time with this child. And we're only talking 10 minutes here. We don't want to go too much, too overwhelming just before bed. I'm going to show you a few things that I want that you can use, or you can find your own, but these are some that I would recommend. So the first one I'm going to show you, as you can see, it's a load of colourful faces, and attached to them, they're labelled with emotions. Now, what I want you to do is to display this somewhere that you can all see it. So in the therapy room, you can keep it on the wall. If you use blue tack, you can always take it off. In the classroom, if you use a particular corner, I don't know, in some classrooms they have like the calming corner. If you're going into that area, you can leave it on the wall there. And at home, just somewhere that you're going to see it all the time, because you can always at home take it down to use, take it off the fridge or wherever you've put it to use for your time that you're going to be spending with the child. And doesn't matter if it's mum or dad that does this work. Ideally, I would say the same person each week, but I totally get that is not always possible. But obviously with your therapist, it's always going to be you. In schools, again, I would recommend the same person. And if someone can't do it, then I would be explaining clearly why. Like, oh, I'm so sorry, but, Miss Gardeners, she's off unwell, she can't be here today, so I'm going to be helping you today, and we're going to be spending some time together. And it's the same at home. Oh, I'm sorry, Dad couldn't make it. He's had to go because he needed to go and help Nanny, whatever it may be. And that's why, you're going to be doing it together instead. So we want to keep that on display, and we want to talk about that as well, pointing out emotions from time to time, just so children get used to seeing it. And then what we're going to do to make it a little even more relaxing, and this is going to be really beneficial for the littlies as well. So for the little ones, for the younger ones, I want us to use some colouring in sheets. Now I'm going to show you a couple. The first one is blank, black and white, emoji faces, emoticons, and there's no language on there. Now, that's deliberate. And the second one is the same, but this time it's flowers with faces again, each expressing a different emotion. What I'd like you to do is both colouring one. And as you're colouring in, you can explore, what do you think that face might be feeling? how do you think this one feels? Oh, I wonder what caused this one to feel that way. So, you know, if they're working on the one that's sad, you can say, how do you think this one feels? They might say sad. Then you can ask them what might leave them feeling sad, or what might be leaving that flower sad, and then ask them what makes them feel sad. And what I also want you to do is I want you to share how you're feeling too, but keeping it within reason. So, you know, I'm a bit sad because I spilt my coffee today. And I was really looking forward to that cup of coffee. Something, you know, that is, because I want you to be congruent. I want you to be honest with them, but obviously appropriate for their age. Nothing too big, like, oh, I'm worried because I've lost my job. Nothing that is going to cause them worry or concern whilst you're doing that. And another thing that you can also use is you can also use inside out colouring in sheets, because they're, again, great for getting started about an emotion. You can pick your character, or you can pick one that's got all of the characters on and talk about anger, disgust, anxiety, envy, whichever one it may be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it there for now, and we're going to move on in the next video talking about how you can build on that. You can start with this and start the colouring and start exploring language, and then to get a bit deeper, there are other things that we can do. So if you want to know more, or if there's anything else you think I need to add, or you think you'd like to see, you know, please comment below. If you like and subscribe, then you can follow us for our next video. See you later.